for the first time ever.
Nerdrotic.com.
This is from, by the way, March
2019.
Wow.
2019. So this is when it's in Drinker's video. Anita Sarkeesian, and we showed it, tweeted out in 2019, basically the same thing to CD Projekt Red. Like, hey, I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. You got a lot of accusations going out there.
Right.
I'd hate for something to happen to your business without some protection. You know, it'd be terrible. And then we get this right around the same time.
If you're a creative working in AAA, which I did for many, many years, put this stuff up to your higher ups. And if they don't see the value in what you're asking for when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
Pause for a moment there. Just terrify them.
That is
Threaten them.
sickening what she just said. It's literally that's like the mafia uses tactics like that. Right?
Well, yes, they absolutely do. But let's take it a step further on how sickening it is, because this is a grift. Make no mistake, this is about money. So this marginalized person of color is using, and this is their language. I don't believe people are like that, by the way, and I don't use that language. This marginalized person of color is using other marginalized people of color for her grift. Whether she believes it or not, doesn't matter. That doesn't change the fact that she is using identity for this grift. That's what makes it doubly evil. And the fact that, like, people don't notice this, people in charge of giant corporations either look the other way or don't notice it. The real problem we have, people are so afraid to look bad and look racist that they'll accept a racist using other people's races to line their fucking pockets.
I mean, it's happened in the entertainment industry, maybe more quietly. GDC is something I have a good friend, my buddy, has a mobile gaming company. He buys games from overseas. He converts them to US format. And so he goes to GDC. He's seen this stuff happen even earlier. So this is 2019. All this stuff was happening even before that. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
I remember,
and
I remember when it was creeping in to comics, right? And it was in 2007, 8. Greg Rucka wrote a Wonder Woman and a Wolverine. And the Wonder Woman, I mean, it wasn't as bad, but it was just it just angered me. Wonder Woman chastises the Flash for putting out a forest fire because she's all forest fires are natural and they're part of the ecosystem. And I'm like, fucking shut up, bitch. But the worst one was Wolverine complaining about guns.
What?
At a gun show. Yeah. The guy who's got a Conan body count is complaining about guns. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? What is going on here? So yeah, I saw it creeping in even back then.
Wow.
Yeah. This is from a half-hour video. Ryan did a video on it too, and I've seen some of the stuff, and it doesn't get any better. Like, there's some that chick says some crazy shit. She's got a lot of problems, but a bunch of people put her in power because of her skin color.
Yeah. And she said she was doing it for years too in the video. So
years, like, what? She looks like she's 25. What, 3 years? Okay. Whatever. But no. Hey, respect for the grift, I guess, except you're a piece of shit. And now that they have been exposed, there's that aggregate on Steam that has almost like 200,000 followers now, which is fantastic. And then the Sweet Baby Inc. people were going after other people for trying to expose them. And it's like, wow, if you felt so strongly about these beliefs, you'd be shouting them from the rooftops, from the mountaintops. There'd be no shame to your game. Why is there shame to your game? Why are you protecting your tweets? Why are you trying to silence people?
This is the problem I have, is that I love active debate. I love to talk to people. I'll talk to anybody. I don't care. We don't need to agree on everything. It doesn't matter to me. Yep. But the fact that they're unwilling to have the discussion and the debate is telling. The other thing is I blame less them. It's like that tactic of scaring someone about the possibilities of what could happen if you don't hire their company. So that tactic, fine. I blame the people writing the checks who are like, oh my God, well, we should sign up with this company. instead of brushing it off like, you know what, we've been making games for years that make a lot of money. If this is not going to add on, but Hollywood has consistently bent over to these grifts. They bent over with COVID compliance officers, an actual credit on a movie now that you'll see with a lot of movies of a certain era and probably still now. So you got COVID compliance officer, intimacy coordinator, DEI.
Yeah.
I mean, Hollywood is bent over for all of those. None of those things have anything to do with making a good film. And then the worst part is the HR department's dictating jokes that can or cannot be told about certain ethnicities based on this. Shut the F up. Shut the F up. So let someone like a Chris Nolan or Tarantino or whatever write their thing, or Denis Villeneuve for that matter. And a lot of people in the industry, veterans, are just thinking of leaving because even at those levels, look, you work on a film set, there's a way that things go down on a film set. It's 18-hour days. It's incredibly stressful. You're sleeping 5 hours best a night. It's intense for months. And then you get a film made and boom, but it is on a film set. Blue humor breaks the tension. Joking is a way to just get along with people. There's that sort of like, can you hang? And this new generation they brought in, they can't hang. And they choose to be offended. What is that quote? If you choose to be a victim, you become your own oppressor.
Yes.
Right? It's
absolutely
choice.
True. It's a choice. Absolutely. Yeah. It's we've all had friends like this, and that's why most of them aren't my friends anymore. But but we've all had friends you had to walk on eggshells around, right? And that's the worst thing. It's like, like now we're in a culture. We're in a culture, the victim culture, where you got to walk on eggshells. Nobody wants, and they want you to be uncomfortable. That's part of it. I didn't read The Art of War, but I know there's something in there to the effect that you always want to keep your opponent. You don't want them on solid ground. You always want to keep them backing up, right? That's what this is. That's what this invasion is. This invasion of all of our institutions has been. And thank God some people are just saying, "Fuck this." I'm not going to walk on eggshells anymore. I'm going to say what I want. I don't really care what happens because I'm tired of you.
The thing is, there's no one in the corporate or what they call the C-suite or whatever that is willing to have a backbone and stand up to these people. And then you've got companies with that. They're coming out with that movie. What's it called? That game, Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade is coming out with that super hot Asian lady.
Good luck taking away boobs from Japan. Good luck with that. They will die on those hills.
What's that game where they used to play volleyball? Was it Dead or Alive? Dead or Alive was the video game where that you just play volleyball and it's a bunch of girls in bikinis. It's a Japanese game.
That sounds like a kind of game I could play. But they know how to have fun, and no activist is fun. There's been no activist who knows how to have fun. They're all really fucking miserable people, and they just want us to be miserable. Fuck that. I'm going to laugh at them all the way to my grave. It's fine, but it's comical that they don't think these videos are going to get out. And I guess we got to look at it at the context. In 2019, things were fucking rolling. I seem to remember there was a different president. I seem to remember there was a pretty good economy. The best one I've seen in my lifetime over those 3 years. It was like America was booming. So they were also funded by a lot of investor money. And they were feeling pretty good about themselves, and they had the sheer fucking hubris to go out and make speeches like that. I don't think they would do that now. You talked about all those extra jobs at Hollywood we have now.
Yeah.
COVID compliance officer, intimacy coordinator, DEI stuff, because Hollywood needs more middlemen, and now everybody's getting laid off. There's been 2 strikes. There's another one possibly around the corner that, and I asked you, and I think it actually could happen, and it would shut down Hollywood again. So the mantra in Hollywood right now is stay alive until 25. Because
is that what it is?
That's what it is. I mean, right after, male and pale is stale. Stay alive until 25. And if they shut down even for a month, they're screwed.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.
Hey, if you like what we do here at Nerdrotic Daily, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you could do that with your favorite YouTuber as well, I'm sure they would appreciate it as much as I do.